I tried emailing you. It bounced. There's no Anastasia Gray at SIP.
I know. Anna Steele is the name I use at work. I need to have my own identity here. People already think I got to where I am because of you.
But you didn't. You got this through hard work and talent. Why does it matter what you call yourself? Who gives a what people think?
Well, apparently you do. Would you change your name for me?
Yes. I've meant that much to you.
Okay. I'll think about it.
You will?
Yeah. That's how this works. Remember? Talk, listen, work stuff out. Now, get lost. I gotta find my author. And you need to shave.
I'll pick you up at 5.
I might not be done by then. My boss's boss's boss is kind of a pain in the ass. Gia. It is Gia, right? I'm sure you're very good at what you do. Otherwise, Christian wouldn't have asked for your input. But please stop speaking of my husband as if I weren't here.
Anna. I have designed many prestige projects.
You may call me Mrs. Gray. And this is not a prestige project. This is gonna be our home. So, if you want this job, I suggest you stop making eyes at my husband and keep your hands to yourself.
Look, I'm sorry, Mrs. Gray, but I would never. It won't happen again.
Everything okay?
Yeah. We were just discussing an alternative approach. Something less in your face, more respectful. You do want to have kids someday, right?
Someday, sure.
You don't really sound sure.
You know what I am sure about? That's great steak.
Christian. Do you not want to have kids?
Of course. One day, just not now. I'm not ready to share you with anyone.
Hello?
Welcome home, Anastasia.
Christian? Where is everybody?
Elsewhere.
I thought you were mad at me.
Turn around. We're going to the playroom.
Nice one.
There you are. I was looking for you. You all right?
I couldn't sleep.
You want to talk about it?
I've already talked to a pint of ice cream about it.
Huh. I'll make you some tea.
Oh. 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 I'm so sorry. Ooh.
Not funny.
Oh God, it's dripping. I'll get it.
I solemnly vow to love you faithfully, forsaking all others. I promise to trust and respect you, and to keep you safe for as long as we both shall live. All that I have is now yours.
own this?
We own this.
You can see the world you brought to life, to life, to life. What are you waiting for?
I'll pick you up at 5.
I might not be done by then.
You insist on defying me, Mrs. Gray. What should I do about that?
Learn to live with it. Oh my God.
I bought it for us.
Christian,
This is the architect.
I'm going to build you a fabulous house.
Please stop speaking of my husband as if I weren't here.
Anna.
You may call me Mrs. Gray.
Don't ask me
Look out your window.
what you know is true.
I'm taking you away for the weekend.
You own this?
We own this.
Oh, I love your precious heart.
I just can't believe this was my life, that I get to live with you.
It meant nothing to me before you.
How the hell are you, Anna?
Jack, what do you want?
We're being followed.
Two worlds colliding.
So you want to play?
Yes, sir.
And they could never, ever tear us apart.
I made a vow to love you faithfully, forsaking all others. To comfort you in times of need, and to keep you safe. For as long as we both shall live.
Tear us apart.
It seems you're pregnant, Mrs. Gray.
Oh.
Rated R.
Good morning, wife.
Good morning, husband.
Don't ask me
Mrs. Gray, look out your window.
what you know is true.
I'm taking you away for the weekend.
I just can't believe this was my life, that I get to live with you.
Oh, I love your precious heart.
It meant nothing to me before you.
Anna Gray's office. We wanted to welcome the new fiction editor.
And we could live
I bought it for us. I should have asked you first.
for 1,000 years.
I love it. Oh my God.
Christian,
This is Gio Matteo, the architect.
this location is perfect. I'm going to build you a fabulous house.
Please stop speaking of my husband as if I weren't here.
Anna.
You may call me Mrs. Gray.
I'll pick you up at 5.
I might not be done by then.
Cause we all have wings,
We're being followed.
but some of us don't know
How the hell are you, Anna?
Jack, what do you want?
why.
So you want to play?
Yes, sir.
I made a vow to love you faithfully, forsaking all others.
Did you sleep with her?
To comfort you in times of need, and to keep you safe. For as long as we both shall live.
Tear us apart.
James Foley, who's our director, who was, he was fantastic. He was so collaborative and listened, and he was so good at letting the actors do their thing, giving them space to breathe, giving them the time they needed to rehearse and go through stuff. And he was incredibly respectful of that whole process. And he was incredibly respectful for me. I'd say, oh, can we do this? And he'd go, oh, good idea. And he also was all about the love affair. It was about their love. And he really got inside Christian as well. He was very, very interested in Christian psychology, which is also makes him an interesting character to everyone to read, everyone to see on screen. So he very much was passionate about that, and also passionate about the books. He said, we'll just go back to the book, go back to the book, go back to the book. He was great. So we leave off on Darker, leaving them in a happy place. There's a proposal, there's an acceptance of a proposal, and then we bang into the wedding, as it were. And Nelson Coates created this beautiful wedding scenario, scene, what have you, and it was that's where we begin our story. And our two lovers are getting married. They become Mr. and Mrs. Grey, and we see them go off on the most fabulous honeymoon that we could all dream of having. Yes, we were in our happy place for a little while, and then things all go awry. In this movie, he's back. Jack is back, just as bad as before, probably a little bit worse. And he has a beef with Christian, which we don't really understand or know. We don't understand his motives at all, but he is pissed. And he's doing everything he can to get back at Christian. And at first you think it's because of Anna or what have you, but that's what confounds our couple, is that why is he doing this? What's going on? And as during the course of the film we discover why. Been really interesting to watch how they've worked together and got close, and the chemistry's just off the scale. There's something very special about what they have, and it really comes to that you really see it on screen. I think on the sexy scale, we've just ramped it up slightly, and we've had a lot of fun with this one, and bless Jamie and Dakota for going through with it. It's you could get a little hot onto the collar watching these, yes.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Grey, welcome home. Hi.
They love each other in such an aggressive way that it becomes possession, and it's not either of their fault. It's not to anyone's fault, because it's not a bad thing. They just don't want anyone else to be a part of it, which I think is kind of romantic. So if a woman or a man or anyone tries to jeopardize that or tries to mess with it at all, then, she will put them in their place. He, starts out obviously with the power and all the control, and then it kind of ebbs and flows throughout the end, and then it's sort of Anna who ends up in his position, not necessarily with the, dominant aspect, but definitely with
What do you think?
perhaps a bit more power. If we didn't get along, it would have been so heartbreaking, because you truly, I think the reason why we have a special relationship on screen is because we have an even more special relationship off screen. You rarely find a young woman explore a relationship with a man whilst becoming herself and figuring out what it is she wants to do with her life, with her career, and then also with her body in a sexual way, and being brave and honest and adventurous. And I think that in the third film, in Freed, it's a kind of a beautiful, uninhibited,
equal sexual relationship.
So it's kind of bittersweet, you know, because it's been, you know, great experience and like a sort of fruitful experience and rewarding experience, and but all good things have to come to an end. So, you know, I'm accepting of that. He's become sort of humanized through the course of the movies. I think when we first meet him, he's quite impenetrable and unrelatable and very complicated, and by the end, by Anna's influence and the love he has for her and she has for him, he's sort of become a fuller, kind of more rounded, sort of happier person. The idea of marriage is that it does change you for the better and makes you less selfish, maybe. And I think that you can apply all of that to Christian, and you know, he would never have. There'd be a time when we meet him in the first one, he would have been totally against the idea of marriage. I'm sure he never would have seen himself as a married man and in a sort of what we would see from the outside, like a regular relationship. But all that changes through Anna. I think we both count ourselves lucky that we both approached it with the same kind of, I don't know, energy and humour, and you know, because that was a big part of getting through it, you know, for a lot of the sort of the tougher scenes to shoot, you know, we could sort of use humour to get us through the day, and thankfully definitely thriller aspects to the third one, and there's characters who shake things up and add a lot of danger to it, and everyone's sort of out of their comfort zone a lot more in the third movie, I'd say.
Both Anastasia and Christian have sort of figured out that it's going to be a constant flux of control and power between the two of them. They do truly mirror each other a lot, and I think that once they marry, she becomes maybe a bit more confident, and because she does have more responsibility, and it's not just her life, it's now the life of her husband and the life they have together. She comes from a protected environment and kind of a naive headspace in the beginning, and ends up being the ultimate fierce and protective woman. Those are the traits that I admire of her the most, and the fact that she is perpetually true to herself. There's not one moment in which she compromises herself for anyone or anything, and that I admire, and I think is a good role model for women to have. I think Jamie has brought an air of sophistication and also some comic relief to the role, which I think is important. And he's quite tender, and I think this is a character that could be very cold and shut off, and I think that he's brought warmth to it, and that's added a lot to the project.
This is the happily ever after, or is it?
Isn't it?
So that's where we're going with this. We have Anna and Christian happily married, we hope. They have a lovely wedding, and then go for a super honeymoon, but things take a bit of a nosedive, so they have to come back. And we have to watch them continue negotiating their relationship. This is something that I wrote for me, generally. So it's extraordinary that it resonated with so many women. And it still staggers me today. And what I take away from it was the people who discovered reading as a result of them. I have I think that's the overwhelming response that I've had, is that women hadn't read for a long, long time. They found these books, and now they're in reading groups, they're blogging, they're even writing themselves. It's just extraordinary to be part of that. What I love about Dakota and Jamie is how they've become such good friends, and they've just worked so well together, and you can really see that in Freed, because it's the last film that we've done, and the chemistry between them is off the chart.
Reuniting with Erica is amazing. I mean, I love her energy. I love her thought process. I mean, she's, for me, so inspiring just as a mother and as an author, and her attitude towards her project and kind of being open to, you know, creativity and making it work for her. And I just really took it into consideration that it was a huge compliment to kind of be involved in the whole movement. I love how Foley works. I think Foley has this real energy about him on set. He definitely doesn't need 101 million takes. I think he knows what he wants, and he comes in and he gives you direct kind of instructions, and they're really helpful. You know, it doesn't ruin how you want to perceive yourself or anything. It just makes you see things clearer, and I love having Foley around, and he's so lovely and good energy, great energy. I think Mia always thought Christian had some form of a secret, but she never wanted to kind of dig into it. I think she'd rather not know. Well, getting married, I don't think Mia expected it, so when she saw Anna, that's probably why she got so excited about it, that she has another sister, because I don't think she ever expected it to happen. I think she's relieved that Christian's finally found a woman.
I was thinking the other corner. Sure.
slaughter like a Jason. That's why you got it on safety. Wipe away till around that honey. I'm probably sending you around. You be wild, wild, wild. You looking like it's nothing that you wanna do. What you want?
Oh, yes, wait. Right. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Not be the
This is the best thing. Okay. Excuse me.
Sorry about that, sir.
It's okay. Snuck up on you.
Video, I don't know. A blogger that's very extreme. I mean, honestly, my job isn't to make sure that everybody is fed,
I really want that. So I was like,
I'm not sure what they're. I mean, not they'll talk to you first.
But we need to see that. This is so funny. Yeah, it's really weird. People will come.
You guys have
Yeah,
We want to get them to write like a message to fans. Yeah, and switch into the books as well. Yeah, and have them write like a message to fans.
Like, we're here, she did, you did, and I didn't know it.
It's every language,
Yeah, it's every language. You guys want to write like thank you fans or anything?
Someplace else. I never even like heard about it. So I
Thank you fans. Thank you. Anything?
Where?
In any of these books, if you just want to say thank you, do it on one of these. Thank you so much.
Oh man.
That's gorgeous. Yes. You're like, there's not enough rooms. I want more. Don't let him go.
Sorry.
So if we could, this one reads, "You are mine." If you look at it from this angle, and then it reads, "This is great. We'll see you now." If you read it from the other angle, so we could take one of sort of both angles, and then maybe the flowers.
I agree. Good idea.
You guys can just write down this one. Yeah, this one perfect. That's awesome.
This is chic.
It should be a permanent.
Perfect. That is awesome.
Yeah, why is this all the intent through?
Awesome. And then can we switch after this weekend? It might be perfect.
How long does it last?
They made this hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like the iconic one.
Once more. Thank you. Thank you. What? You know, get the sign.
I did it really It's so funny. I'm so funny.
Are we ready to move them? Okay.
Hey guys, we'll get into the next room. Okay. If that's okay.
Well, let's do it.
What's in that room?
What's the right word?
I'm guessing. Way more important than you get the shot.
Wait, we need to get them together.
I'll set you guys up together.
Yeah.
Look at, there's a lot of pencils. So in case anybody needs something
Take notes. It's gonna take 5 minutes.
Saturday. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Just her to me, to Dad.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Evelyn, this is one song.
Oh no! Okay, where is next?
Yes, my guys.
Before we see. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, Jeff.
Hi.
Up this way.
Alright. That's dark. Right.
I don't think it's terrible. Yeah.
Alright. Take a look at that. I'm good. How are you?
My friend Bahar.
Hi.
Isn't that reflective?
Go ahead. Yeah, I want you, baby. 'Cause I want you, baby. Do what? Baby, so hands, like sweat dripping down like the laundry. No chance that I'm leaving here without you on me. We should take this back to my face. That's what she said to my face. Because I want you, baby. Yeah, I want you, baby. Because I want you, baby.
Yeah, once you're done with drinking.